My name is Sabir Muzamil, Imam of Tauba Mosque, Rhino Camp refugee settlement, Terego district. Our religion is so wide and it is a peaceful religion. It talks much about oneness and living in peace and harmony. Generally, the role of any imam like me is to see that people live together. All these preachings are for togetherness, like living under the same umbrella. So therefore, we do our best to preach what takes people to be together. We even go up to the grassroots, talking to wife and husband and how they can address their children.
We thought that we would engage the religious and the cultural leaders, because in our previous intervention we realized that this is a very important structure that had been left out, yet they play a very big role in terms of preaching for peace. They have a number of platforms, they are trusted by the communities, you know. So we thought of ways of how we can bring these two structures together.
What happens as we preach here, we go out to different places, like in the home states, find out what is transpiring in the community, and then we compile it as we give the sermon on Friday like this. We talk to them about peace.
We are from South Sudan. We came in 2016. When we reached here, it was really very hard for us. But the good thing that we found here, because when we ran there, we ran because of that sound of a gun. But as soon as we reached here, there was no sound of gun. We were sleeping smoothly throughout the nights. Then the good thing was, when we came, we were from different sides of South Sudan. Then we were brought and put together. And the first thing was, we were not understanding ourselves because we were differently. But after some months, now we came together and joined in the church. Now we started to build our church.
Azi amavu kaniko refugee dipine muzo amavu dia. So ke taboro angire askune afazi to evu ine duniyo. So etake amavu dia bo le akoye maza. Ane afa amani di dilero dia Christian madre pibere ama oro Christian yarke afa resources kaniko afa party play, ozu play, backup play, party play riki amoro Christian yarke aji mu fair fujiri pidre ayo rizulma alia amodo afa youths kidati daleti kiven doleti so amodo youths dikiti le munki mesalia so ama mu onze team as club as that and yo direct can pibe azole ma okay avita imesalia so da ama it's even mareke edokim pracho friendly games ki so maimude cliche duro ayo mini years bad then need sande fezo de ba empidalo zaza sre mini sande fezo ni da onje and dinga asienzo ba mesalia reza ane badeke hereke yode sadisi kadisu ngirangiranda de ba loritsombu fe pirini banane de retridi ite.
The activity that we do, for example, in the church, we have a prayer. It is done every Wednesday, and we carry it from block to block, from house to house, to make sure that we reach out with the word of God to people. And also it helps when there is conflict in that area, when those people are brought together after hearing the word of God, then they will go and they will start now loving themselves.
The cultural leaders also play a very key role, and for us specifically in where we're doing intervention is because most of the land is owned by some of these cultural leaders. So as such, when we have these cultural leaders also in our structure, they conduct dialogues where they bring two communities from the refugee side and the host community side to discuss issues around peaceful coexistence.
We have come up with the forming committees to look into these affairs. We call it the Alliance Committee. The people are both refugees and nationals who sit together, who are trained to solve petty problems within the settlement, because we want to discourage the idea of going to the formal courts that are expensive, again very far from here, and at the end of the day in a formal court somebody wins and the other loses, and the loser cannot come to settle again with the rest of the community. But for our alternative dispute resolution, people still remain. It is a win-win situation where somebody with whom you had a problem, you still sit in the same place and it is solved amicably like that.
Ita kan cultural leader ita kan go on so kalam yani aya fi community aya zol bagder bas ma kalam bitak yala ni moretnin nas ta cultural leader de kalam bitomon almo geja sala domon magena di gurus ya kalam alodi anna nas ta culture de anna different anna bait min nas anna likan bita LCs wala bita koma wala sunod.
Came up with the Alliance Committee members to help solve issues, and that has been very, very effective on the ground. But because the settlement is so big that the number trend is so small, one person from here cannot go to Fuasiri, which is 6, 7, 8 miles on foot to go to solve disputes. It is difficult. So if the donor could open hands, we will train the same type of people we trained here in other places in order to increase their number and the coverage of the settlement area.
My call to action is peace is never done alone. Peace is done when we are together. Peace is a multiplier of development, and therefore when we come together, all of us, we can contribute.